Now, everyone, it seems, has agreed that we need to keep producing top-quality scientists, but finding ways of interesting children in physics and chemistry, well, it's getting harder.
But there is a new incentive for those budding Newtons and Hawkings in the shape of the most advanced teaching centre in Europe, which opens today at the London Metropolitan University. Our correspondent Daniel Bircher is there at the Science Department in North London. Daniel, over to you.
Well, they've spent £30 million overall on the facilities here. It's been running for about a month or so, but this is the formal opening today. Now, of course, all of this comes at a time when there's been much debate about funding in sciences and technology at universities. There has been a reduction of about 25% in chemistry taught in universities. So having a new facility like this may be inspirational to others as well. It's different in the way it teaches as well. And I'm just going to come round here to Dr. Ken Hudson, who is leading this particular team. One of the main differences is that the team leader, the lecturer, teacher, is connected to all of the students through cameras, through terminals. Ken Hudson, just explain to me exactly what happens here.
Okay. Okay, good morning, everybody. I'm connected to the students by virtue of these screens, either through the lecturer's camera, so you can see there, I come up if I want to have my face showing to the students as I'm demonstrating, or from this experimental camera here.
So that will pick up what you're actually doing there?
That will pick up on the bench, and I communicate with the students by this radio mic here, and all the students have to wear headsets.
They can then copy what you're doing?
They can copy what I'm doing. So, for instance, what we're doing today isn't particularly visual, but for instance, if we need to demonstrate the use of these very, very accurate micropipetters, then we can do this on the screen, whereas in an old laboratory we'd have to get the students to cluster around, and it would be terribly inefficient, and many of the students would lose out because they just wouldn't see.
Okay, well, let's just talk to some of the students very briefly. We're moving around here. They're actually busy doing their experiments, but let's just take up a quick moment of your time. This new technology, how's it changing the way you're learning?
It's changed very much dramatically because it's a move towards the development. It makes easier to carry out an experiment in here. It's a lot safer, this lab is, so I'm very happy working here.
Okay, and just a very quick word as well from Professor Chris Branford-White, who's the director of the Institute for Health and Research Policy. We're hearing so much about funding being cut for these kinds of facilities. What kind of difference does something like this make?
It adds another dimension to teaching of science in universities and also in schools, where students come from schools from North London and have an experience of working in a university.
Money, of course, is one thing. The other problem is inspiring students, getting them in here in the first place. Is that changing?
I think it is. There's a lot of activity going on in the United Kingdom through the various societies, reaching out into schools, especially the DTI. Of course, we all need more money for this, and hopefully that will be coming in the near future.
Okay, well, 10 million of the facilities here were paid for by the Higher Education Funding Council for England, and we're expecting an announcement from them in the next 10-15 minutes on further funding for science in universities. For now, back to you.
Daniel, thanks.